guys, welcome to your March week 1 reading. So these days are going to be from Tuesday, March 1st until Sunday, March 6th. As you know, these readings are ultimately timeless and signless, so it actually doesn't matter when you're accessing the reading. If it resonates, then chances are it's for you. God bless. All right, if you'd like to have a personal reading with me, feel free to check out my Etsy page. I also do health that's interesting. They they keep having me say that, health screenings and whatnot, so go ahead. But live energy healings via Zoom are available as well, so jump on. Yay. All right, let's jump right in. What's going on already? I just feel like saying for March, go big or go home. And not because March is my birthday month, but just because, yeah, those are energies. Makes sense. Look at the card that we're starting with, Victory. We have the Six of Wands here, starting the month of March off in the energy of victory. But interestingly, it was actually the one card that was not turned over, so the back was facing upward. And the energy that is bringing through is that you have already secured a victory of some sort in some area of your life. But I really do feel that either these energies are not physically made manifest yet, or at least you're not able to identify the signs of victory, or you're just completely on to the next thing, or worrying about the next thing, or focused on something else, and you're not realizing it. Because I do see here in this card as well that victory energies are actually presenting themselves to you. But I do feel that there is an inability to take note of those energies. Now, part of that is because maybe the victory is not in the way that you were expecting. So maybe you were expecting something monetary, maybe you were expecting something more physical as a victory, but really the victory is something that's related to more of a non-physical thing, like maybe you learn something. What is this card? The Six of Swords. Thank you. So for some of you, the Six of Swords, notice 2 sixes, get it? So the Six of Swords is all about moving forward to something better in your life, and the idea is that you're actively moving away from turbulent energies, right? But what I'm seeing here is the guides are saying that in the month of March, and April, thank you. They're saying and April, it's time for you to start setting your sights on something else. So that's a little bit of a nod to some of you guys who are struggling with letting go of something. There's a principle here that's at play. Either the principle, whatever it is that you need to let go, or the principle is something that you're holding on to for too long, and that principle is outdated. But there's a principle that is at the center of whatever is happening here, that is kind of keeping you back from moving on. Now, I love this little card here. This card is giving me some April/May vibes. I do see there's some type of contract coming in. The contract is something that is going to come as a result of you moving forward. Now, if you guys follow my readings and such, thank you so much. God bless. Mwah, hugs and kisses, right? If you follow my readings, you know that I like to tune in to the dynamics of the energy, so the higher levels. So when I say new contract, we know that it's an energy of newness, a new union, a new connection, a new set of agreements. But in the more physical, as those dynamics trickle down into the physical, that manifests in different ways for you guys, depending on your soul's curriculum. For some of you, this new contract can have to do with a car. For some of you, it could be a relationship of some sort, which need not even be romantic. For some of you, it's school related. For somebody here, I'm seeing nursing as another avenue for somebody here. That's a little mini message for somebody. So see, when we tap into the more earth-based, or the energies that are closer to our physical reality, now I'm starting to get details coming in. But we're looking up here, and I do feel that if you are able to move forward and to collect yourself, collecting yourself means when it's time to move forward, you move forward and you pick up all your stuff. You don't leave a part of you with somebody. You don't leave your things in the last place. You don't, just get your stuff and move forward. So again, as we're looking at this week 1 energy for March, we know that victory is already here. But it's all about it is moving slowly, I will say. But it's all about you needing to recognize that victories are assured already. numbered one. And then number two, victory may manifest in a different form from what you're used to. Number three, or we're still with number two, that form may not actually even be physical, in the sense like, oh, the victory here is that you learned a lesson, as opposed to you learned a lesson and you got money for it, and you got a relationship out of it, and you got an item out of it, and you got to move into that place you like. You see what I mean? So those are physical things. Not for some of you, it may not even be a physical thing. For somebody here, I'm seeing you may actually get royalties off of a piece of music, God bless, that you've made. So God bless you, right? So that's a victory in and of itself. It may not be big, but as big as you were thinking. But I do want to say, for you in particular, that what you're thinking, it has its size. That what you were thinking you were going to get or should be getting has its size, because part of that is built upon your ego, right? So when spirit meets out, METES, right? When spirit meets out karma, whether it be karmic payouts or karmic debts or just whatever, it's always meted out in the way that it should be. It's allotted in the sizing that it should be. So I do see that you will get some solid coin here, and you may actually get offered some other type of thing, maybe an additional contract of some sort, or you may get offered just some other non-monetary thing. I feel that you're just going to be like, you could even be just roses or flowers, right? And you're like, meh, but there's going to be something solid that you're going to get. And, of course, this is a moment for gratitude. May, for the same person with the music, God bless you, May is going to be a better month for you. It's going to be a month for you to start all over again, and this time using the wisdom that you have garnered from this situation, okay? So, yay. All right, going back to the general here. Yeah, someone's guides, getting it, slipping those things in. You guys know I do love to slip in the personal readings. So yes, to the guides who are willing to kind of put that in there in our general. All right, so back to the general. In the month of March in general, but also here in this week one, you are going to be asked to wade through some of the thoughts that are going on in your mind, because we are in the month of Pisces. March is split half into Pisces, right? And or a little bit over half, whatever, into Pisces energy. And there's a tendency to be misled, because Piscean energies are very, they can be misleading. If you don't have your feet firmly planted on the ground, they can be misleading, and you can get into fantasy delusions. We all have we all know we all know that. But that being said, Piscean energy, if harnessed properly, can also be very instructive. You can use it to really call in higher energies, to really access the divine, to think, dream, all of that. But this month, whenever we're dealing with those kinds of energies, it's always a wonderful idea to work on discernment, right? Planting your feet on the ground, allowing yourself to be a conduit for these energies, but to also stay grounded, so you know what your foundation is, right? When you don't have a foundation, then you're going off in every direction of what comes to you, what occurs to you, what comes into your mind, the ethers, all of that. But when you're firmly grounded, it's like a tether, so you know that you're going here, and then you can come back down, then you're going here, and you can come back down. So it gives you a point of perspective. Thanks, guys. It gives you a point of perspective from which to draw your foundation and safety. I'm also seeing that in the month of April, you will be taking more action. Makes sense, because that will be a lot of or Aries energy and Taurus energy. Wow. So Aries energy, getting stuff started, but I feel it's going to be very well tempered with some Taurus energy, getting grounded there, getting those results going. But I do feel that right now, I'll show you guys actually, if you're ever interested. I don't have my overhead camera. You guys know I like my overhead camera. I don't actually have it right now, but see how this card on the left, the Eight of Swords, see how the swords are, she's blindfolded as well. See how the swords are kind of sticking out of the ground in some form of order. But if you think about it, you could see it as a circular order. Sorry, hold on. As a circular shape. Then when we get over to here, the wheel card, you're actually seeing a circle form, because during the month of March, you will have, and when Pisces energies are kind of in the air and it's really going at you, you have a chance to get your dreaming down, start your manifesting, thinking. It's all about ideologies, but staying firmly grounded. Then, when we slip into Aries and Taurus, that's the time to really see how the circle is more solid. She's even got an amulet in her hand that is a circle as well. So this is about really taking what it is that you thought about and devised during your Pisces time, your Pisces energies, if harnessed properly, right? And really putting it into action and really staying firm and planting that foundation and creating and that manifestation for yourself in your everyday life in a very fractal way. When I say a fractal way, meaning practice what you preach. If you want to see a certain thing and you're working on getting it done, yeah, in a fractal way, in other areas of your life, you go ahead and make sure that you are exercising those energies as well. Ooh, bing! Let's take a little sip. Give cherry a little sip. Okay. Okay, so I'm seeing in the month of March, in the month of May as well, and April, but May and March, yeah, but April as well, you're going to be having to get down to vulnerability, get down to be the basics. So some of you may find yourself being stripped back in some way. Hopefully it's not duties, like, stripping you of duties or something like that, because then, obviously that carries some trauma there, but yeah, thank you. The guides are saying maybe the better word is scale back. Thank you. You're going to be being asked to scale back a little bit in some areas of your life, not just one area, in some areas of your life. And I just give you a quick example of how that dynamic can manifest for somebody. For example, they may be asked by spirit to scale back on their interactions with a friend. So you might find that you and your friend, you just, you guys are just busy or just, it's all temporary is what I'm seeing. But this is about you getting to a place where you can purify your energies. And of course, we were talking about this in the beginning of March, so you already know these energies are in the air. So yeah, you'll be scaling back a bit with things. Why? Because it's time to get purified. Actually, if you look in the back, there's like a Stonehenge kind of structure there. So again, kind of playing off of this circular energy that we were seeing here to represent this manifestation of energies, starting from the conception of it to then taking the action and then keeping that foundation strong. But here we're seeing what comes before that. It's kind of like the purification. So you can actually purify as you still work with these higher energies. I also wanted to say as you still work with these deities. So some of you are working directly with some deities. You'll know who you are. God is good. And Spirit is reminding you at this time also to stay humble. Humility is coming through strong. So here we have this beautiful page of Princess of Wands, right? Look at her looking all great in her glory. That's who she knows she is, right? But this is what you will be presenting outward. This is about being collaborative. So this energy here of being humble, let's look at the way it can manifest for you in the physical. It could be about you, what did I just say? Collaborating with people, collaborating with others, holding back with your opinions at times and tongues. So if we're talking, if you're American, like me, and we're listening to this, I just want to give a little special caveat to you because I know that, as Americans, we don't see this bias that we have. We have this bias a little bit where it's like, well, I have something to say and I'm deserving to say it and I have to say it and we say it, right? Because that's what we are. We live in the land of the home. What is it? The home of the free and the brave. And it's a free country and all this and that. And, I can say what I want and it's a free country, blah, blah, blah. We get it. We all have opinions. That's what allows human beings to really, really, I think, progress, to have these opinions, to be able to express them and to, put it out there, see how it happens, and then to evolve as a result of how it, comes back. But sometimes we have to learn to take several seats, okay? Now, I know it's like, but it's my right. I know it's your right. We get it. But not everything needs to be said at that moment. And not everything that needs to be said at that moment needs to be said by you. And sometimes in the way that you're saying it, it doesn't even need to be said that way, right? It can be communicated in different ways. And sometimes there's something to be said for saying nothing at all. You know, just allowing people to be, allowing people to express, allowing people to have their chance to have trial and error. You know, there are a lot of lessons that can come from this, but this is all part of the humility, this humble, humble, this humble energy that is coming through in this beginning of March, but also, yeah, even into March, I feel. So some of you, I do really need to tell you to heed this warning a bit, because I feel that there could be some repercussions for some of you in as quickly as the second week of March, if you are overstepping boundaries in your expression. For some of you, it will be in April, right? So either way, this is just a little bit of a warning here. They're talking about, and Spirit's coming through with this Eight of Pentacles right underneath to tell you, well, you know, focus on you, do you. You've got a lot of stuff to do. By the way, for all my readers out there, if you know the Eight of Pentacles card, look at this one. Isn't this the cutest Eight of Pentacles ever? I love this one. Look at him making his stuff. Get it? Right? And look at how now we're like admiring him for what he's doing and what he's producing and how diligent he is and how he's focused, singularly focused on creation, right? As opposed to somebody trying to, you know, come out and they want to say something. They have to let people know and let people know what they're doing is wrong. And you get it. That's what it sounds like after a while, right? So Spirit is saying, instead, get to this place where you're humbling yourself, okay? You will be called upon, they're saying, to say things, but it's most likely not as often as you think, is what the guides are saying. It's not as often as you think. I'm also seeing here there's a little bit of a trap, could be in this first week of March. It could be, you know, we're in the energy, so some of these energies that are here right now could be extending, well, we see even into May. I just heard August for some of you. Energy flows differently, right? But seems a little bit like a trap. Look at her about to beat her drum about something, and look at this hair just waiting. Hare, get it, get it. That wasn't even a joke. I'm like, get it, get it. What's the joke here? Right? Maybe for somebody. Somebody out there is like, ha. But you know, this hair is looking and it's like, go ahead. Go ahead and say something. Go ahead and say something. And the minute she says something, she's about to get caught up, right? So sometimes you may see something, just let it be. Just let it be. If it has not, look at him, he's behind her, has nothing to do with her. Let him do him, is what I'm getting. Now, let's talk about that. Let him do him. Who is right behind here? The King of Pentacles. So some of you may actually not know, but look here. If you say something about something that you have no business saying something about, right? And I do feel the guides are saying there will be signs that to shut up. I paraphrase that last part. The guides are saying there will be signs to you for holding your tongue or holding back your expression, and, you know, being mindful of this. Well, I just saw this and that, and, you know, or saying your undue opinion. But you see, this hair is this King of Pentacles in disguise, and the way this King of Pentacles is dressed, it is very similar to this lovely what is she, Queen of Pentacles, right? But she's coming across a little bit of Page of Pentacles to me. So you may be a queen. This is very important for somebody. I don't know why, but this is very important. I don't know for somebody here, but she's the Queen of Pentacles. And you know, a queen is a queen. But when I'm feeling her energy this whole time, I had to look. I was like, oh, I thought she was Page of Pentacles. And the reason why she's downgraded from queen to page, and may even be downgraded from having access to saying certain things, is because she's not in her own court. She's in this person's court. So sometimes when you are in the arena of somebody else, like in this case the king, look at he's got that boar's head on the Spitfire there. So you know, you don't want that to be your head. So be mindful, right? This is about mindful speech. Sometimes you don't need to say anything, because I do see then Nine of Pentacles. It's almost like here she ends up as the Nine of Pentacles, alone somewhere. The trees are barren. You know, we always think about the Nine of Pentacles as the mini Queen of Pentacles, right? She's always great and all this and that. But you know, you can see the downgrade here. So you don't. This is showing a little bit of ostracism, a little bit of exile. So you don't want to get to that point. So if somebody comes to you to start talking or about somebody or to arrange something, or like, hey, let's it could be something as simple as hey, you know, we have got our 4 roommates and the lease is up, let's the 3 of us go and we don't have to invite the 4th one. Listen, get out of that. Listen to Cherry's like, we're not getting into that kind of talk, because that's an example of how this energy will manifest. And guess whose head is going to be on a platter tomorrow? Yours. Not Sebastian from, you know, Little Mermaid. Not him, you know. He's good. He's safe. So get into this. No, thank you. 4 of Cups energy. If people come to you. Thank you, guides. Bless your button. I will say bless your buttonholes, but I realize how some people might take that. Bless your button, right? They're saying that energy could also manifest as the messenger coming to bear news. Sometimes a messenger comes to you, somebody comes to you, and they, you know, may make you an offer, they want to talk to you or something. Just bypass, right? Just because somebody comes and knocks your door doesn't mean you have to get involved. And yeah, even if you're talking to them for a little bit, doesn't mean you have to go deep. Just let them go, because they might be bringing in a whole, like, look at this. Oh, here's the messenger. Oh, and then by the time you let him in, oh, great. Now he's got a whole troop of drama. Like, we don't need that. We don't need that kind of energy. You know, pinch it off. Pinch it off. So these are some of the energies that I'm seeing going around. I love how they said that. Going around in the month of March. Excuse me, in the first week of March. And stay tuned for the March monthly energy reading, which will be up soon as well. Okay. But let's do, whoopsies. In my mind, I was just thinking, let's do a little love thing. See a card for love, and then a card flew out. So maybe we don't need to be focusing on that right now. Some of you are like, yes, we do. Yes, we do. Oh, of course, the Prince of Cups. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this cat. Prince of Cups, trying to offer something. For some of you, this is clearly love, because you saw the minute I thought of it, it like fell out. I gotta keep it 100. There's an, just as we have 2 minutes left, right? There is an energy on the periphery here. This doesn't have to manifest as love, but it's coming through as somebody trying to make an offer, someone who may be saying, oh, I want to do this with you, I want to, and let's do this together. It could be love, it could be some type of contracts, it could be legal stuff, could be whatever. You know, let that go. Let that go, because I feel that this is somebody who isn't really as serious about it as they say they are. Even the horse is like, dude, here we go again. This person's priming up to dupe another person, or this person waxes poetic, or this person shoots for the moon and talks about the moon, and they make promises and all sorts of stuff. It's a lot of talk service. I don't necessarily think this person's out to be malicious or to, you know, hoodwink, or they have any guile. It's just they believe their own stuff, right? So this would be somebody who's very mercurial. They're up 1 minute, they're down. The spirits are showing. Interesting, they made me say the spirits instead of spirit. The spirits are showing somebody who goes by the moon. So this is somebody could be very psychic. Oh, psychic. Okay, I was gonna say cyclical, but also cyclical. Psychic. They could be affected by the energies in the air. This is somebody who's going to have their own comeuppance at some point. So again, going forward, you need to focus on you right now. Focus on you being the Knight of Pentacles. Keep your head down. Put your feet to the ground. Keep going. We have the Moon card here reminding you that there are energies that are not in alignment with you in the air right now. And one of it is this person or these people I'm seeing. Could also be this contract that comes in. It's just as you start getting to move forward in your life, somebody comes in to try to connect. Let that tower go. Spirit is saying the tower has already started to fall. You know, let it go. And the thing about it is you took action here. There was something you took action on. And now it's the time for you to move forward to your own benefit. Sometimes we want to bring people along with us, but look at this little elk or deer or something. He can't. He's got to jump from one thing over to the next. And he's got to grab that wand, that new beginning, right? He can't be doing that if he's focusing on somebody behind him. So let the tower fall. You've done your due diligence. You've surrendered. You've done your stuff. Move forward. and enjoy. Okay. Oh, last card of the deck here for us. Look at that, the rebirth card. You've entered into a new cycle in your life. There's the hair. Okay. God bless. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this reading here, but I want to bless you guys, and yeah, just keep these energies in mind for the month of March, but also paying special attention during this first week of March. All right, Cherry. Mwah. All right, so if you'd like to have a personal reading with me, or you'd like to have an energy healing session, that one's live via Zoom, please do go ahead and check my Etsy page. Please remember that I do have a grace period with a capital G for up to 2 weeks for the readings, and that's for many, many reasons. Sometimes the energy just is not flowing for you yet, okay? Anyway, but the live Zoom readings are, usually scheduled within a few days. So hit me up, mwah, and have a blessed day. Bye.